So next up, we're going to play a root and a fifth to start building our walking bass line. So if we're playing our 1-6-2-5 progression in C, we have our 1, the C, the 6, which is an A, the 2, which is a D, and the 5, which is a G, so I can catch here too. And what I'm going to do is I am going to play the root and then the fifth of the chord. So if the first chord is a C major chord, the notes that I'm going to be using are a C and a G, or the root and the fifth of the chord. And I'm going to use that as the passing tone to get to the other notes I'm going to play. What's great about this is this particular progression, if we play the fifth of the chord, we are magically a whole step away from the next chord we want to go to, which makes a lot of sense in terms of voice leading and just sounding consonant. We're not using anything outside of the key just yet, and we're just starting to build our level of complexity. So a really good thing to do is to get comfortable playing the root and the fifth of each chord. So if our first chord in the progression is C, here's my C, here's the octave of it, and then here's my G, the fifth of the chord. And so I like to first orient myself by going root 5, I'll go down low, then I'll do the same thing on my A chord, my root and my fifth of the A chord, here's the octave of it. I can go like that, or like that. The next chord is a D, so I want to find my D, the octave of it, and then here's the fifth, or I could even go lower, so I can play like this, or up, or, and then the last chord is my G chord. Here's a G, the octave of it, here's the fifth, and that's just a really great way for you to figure out what notes you have available. And next, just experiment and come up with ways for them to fit together. And what you'll realize is when you play the root and the fifth of the chord, because of the way that full chord progression works, that fifth of the chord is just a whole step away from the next one. So if you think about it, you're playing the root and the fifth. Well, the next chord you're playing is the sixth, so that's right here. When you play the sixth and you play the fifth of the chord, you're like, oh, well, that's technically the third scale degree, and the next chord of mine is the 2 chord, so I'm just a whole step away. And then same thing goes here. I'm at my 2 chord, the fifth of it would be the 6th scale degree, which is only a whole step away from my 5. So I'll play this for you so you get to hear how it sounds. Ways that you can play the root and the fifth to add a little bit of embellishment as you're creating your walking bass line.